Companies sell things all the time. Acme sells dynamite. Munder Difflin sells paper. Wonka Corp sells chocolates and other candies. None of these sales, which are made in the ordinary course of business, are accounted for under IFRS 5, non-current assets held for sale and discontinued operations. So, what makes non-current assets held for sale different from sales in the ordinary course of business? What types of sales or dispositions would be within the scope of IFRS 5? And how do you account for and disclose non-current assets held for sale under IFRS 5? Well, generally speaking, IFRS 5 addresses non-recurring sales. This would naturally exclude all of the normal sales we discussed earlier. Instead, it would apply to those sales that are not in the ordinary course of business and involve the sale of non-financial assets and disposal groups. This could be selling a piece of equipment used in a manufacturing facility, or even the sale of the entire operations of a business segment. Sales of these types of assets and liabilities may result in a change in the measurement basis and the way they are presented and measured in the financial statements. That is where IFRS 5 comes in. IFRS 5 addresses either just the presentation and disclosure of assets and liabilities within its scope, or both the presentation and disclosure of and accounting for the assets and liabilities within its scope, depending on how each is classified. This depends on whether the assets and liabilities are classified as non-current assets held for sale or discontinued operations. For assets classified as non-current assets held for sale, IFRS 5 impacts presentation on the balance sheet of all assets and liabilities in the disposal group, and also impacts the measurement of certain non-current assets. So, IFRS 5 addresses both presentation and disclosure and the accounting. On the other hand, for assets classified as discontinued operations, IFRS 5 impacts only presentation in the Statement of Comprehensive Income or the income statement. In this course, we will explore the classification and measurement considerations of assets and liabilities held for sale. A second course will focus on discontinued operations. Ready to learn more? Join us as we journey through the accounting and reporting requirements of IFRS 5 for non-current assets held for sale.